I don't think so. We need more R-rated Disney films. Comic books were never about the R-rated anything, really. So I don't think we need that because it's too disturbing, anyways. And it's going to be hard to watch. I mean, I barely went through the Heath Ledger's movie. I mean, the Batman movie with Heath Ledger as the Joker. I can barely get through this. It was so tough for me to watch. It was so disturbing and unsettling and violent. I just don't like negative things, especially shown in this explicit, obvious way. Yes, sometimes this is complete art, but that doesn't mean that it's not hurting, hurting my deeper inner feelings. Not feelings, but you can say not feelings in that regard. It's not insulting me or anything like this. It's really making me feel not, I'm not positive, which is not good. It's not something that you want to be feeling. So this type of movies are not good for me. I have to watch them, but it's not gonna be very pleasant experience, I would say. Yeah, Ivy. I'm gonna call him tomorrow. I just want to give him one chance to call me, but since they didn't come, I called. I'm gonna, yes, get started with their asses tomorrow. Hey, Cyril. Justice League Flashpoint. This is nothing like, I mean, as depressing as it could be. I don't remember being that depressing, but it can never compare to this. This is freaking. This is psychopath zone. It's different. This is a lot worse. So let's continue with the breakdown since my internet stopped and all. Yeah, which I am. So you understand me, Ivy.
This is the last time we'll be meeting.
You don't listen, do you?
Mm-hmm.
You just ask the same questions every week. How's your job?
Yeah. Here the problem is, I mean, what he means is that psychologists they just have some mm, like asking you, interviewing you type of patterns of what they studied, but they're not actually trying to look into your true self, what you're really feeling. Sometimes they're just literally uh, telling stuff that they just learn by heart, not really getting into the real you and the problems, not really asking the right questions. They just ask you stuff that are so basic you feel like they are underestimating your intelligence, and you feel like you're being treated like an idiot, like not even a person, like just an object or something, that they're talking with you like a robot, basically. So I totally get where he's coming from with his face that he's making here, how he's wondering what the heck.
You don't listen.
Like, I even, I mean, this face is like, do I even talk to a real person right now? Like, what the heck? And she just wants to get out of there, and she does not have any interest to actually helping him. That is, again, that's how I see it.
Do you? You just ask the same questions every week. How's your job? Are you having any negative thoughts?
Gosh, that's so disturbing.
All I have are negative thoughts.
Yeah, of course. That after he met with so much negativity from other people, he took it all in. I mean, and eventually, yeah, I guess that and some people, their psyche is not going to be able to get over this, and just going to break out. Yeah, like a shopping list. Yeah, do you have anything new to say? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but mm, this is a very hard topic to talk about. But most people that deal with such things, even if it repeats over the years, if they're really, really, really strong, they can get over that and not get crazy. But a lot of people are just not like that. So I understand. I understand not everybody can just be the better person and break out of all the nonsense and the evil and just show everybody how it's done in the good ways. It's very hard to do because you don't feel like you have a leg to stand on, you don't see the goodness, so you just think there's no goodness, I'm just gonna be evil. That's the problem. Yeah. Yeah, he came back, but he decided to be evil because that is how he felt strong. Because that is how he felt that he has some kind of a power over people. And that is how he saw them, how they really are. But the problem is that when you see only evil, you get blinded by this completely. So even if you see good, you'll not be able to recognize it or give it any kind of a value anymore. It's just that you're getting completely lost. So it is a vicious circle. It may help him at the beginning so he can stand out for himself, but after that, it's just becoming a slippery slope. And yeah, it's a sad story of evil, basically, that it shows itself to you like it will help you, but actually just drags you down further and further for its own gain. And what it gains is you and everything that makes you you, but he kind of is so desperate to this point that he doesn't care. I think that he's smart enough to realize it, at least at some point, even though not at the beginning maybe, but at least at some point he will realize all of that, but he'll still be okay with it because he just don't know any better. He didn't see any better, and even if he sees it again, he's already too far gone, and it's the only way that he knows how to act. So in a way, that makes him a very, very weak person, a very, very desperate and weak person. But because it's a spiral, he doesn't want to accept that. So he's just continuing to do what makes him strong because he doesn't want to feel anything that make him seem vulnerable again. So that's why he always you know um, turn and turn and turn. I mean, completing, com- uh, um, spinning into that spiral of evilness because he will not want to feel the same way that he felt before. And he feels that if he gets out of that spiral of evilness, he'll once again be vulnerable and weak, and everybody could do the same things to him as they did before, which of course will not be the case after a point because he already established how he should act in terms of to be confident in himself and his abilities, but he could not be able to make the difference anymore between the good of what he's learned to stand out for himself and the bad that he adopted as his shield. That is just my breakdown of what I think, so far from what I see. You you have to tell me what you think. Um, okay, I'm just reading your comments. Yeah, that is basically a definition of a tragedy as well. Jared Leto is another topic. It's a Joker from another universe, you can say, and yeah. What to tell you guys? I was okay with Suicide Squad and what they want to do with it. It's just a different take on it. Is that his wife, his mother? I don't know.
When I was a little boy,
Oh, that's too young to be his mom.
and told
I think.
people I was going to be a comedian, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now. You can say that again, pal.
He just sees time and time again how he's made fun of. I don't know what's the case with the show. He was trying to break out. I mean, he was trying to basically, be successful somehow, maybe. What he did here, I'm not really sure. Maybe that is in in a further, later part of the movie, and he already got some henchmen following. I don't know. That's how it looks like. And you know what that is looking like? Again, I'm just guessing here. But that is looking like he is at the funeral, maybe of his mom. And he's like, oh, I'm so relieved that this part of my life is over. Now I can be completely my own person. Because maybe, just maybe, the relationship, the sick and twisted relationship between him and his mom, probably what it was actually sick and twisted. I'm just guessing from what I saw from the previous trailer. Maybe that, affected him so much that it's what it started this whole thing with he not having the self-esteem, then degrading physically, mentally, something like that. Yeah, yeah, that is what it means to be a good actor. Joaquin Phoenix is just magnificent.
It's so awful, isn't it?
We are all clowns. Well, we are all clowns. Yeah, of course, in a metaphorical way. In some aspects of life, sometimes you do have to be a clown, although, you can survive. But that not always that, means something bad. Sometimes it just means that you just learn to survive, not doing bad things, just not giving evil people what they want to see or hear, just being stronger. So you have to put up a face, a brave face. Inside you can be like very very scared or something, but you can't show it. And in those moments, you just push through and you survive, and you make the impression that you're stronger. And although you don't think you are, you actually are, because you try, when you do that effort, you actually become that thing. So it's no longer a mask, you're no longer a clown, you're just learning and evolving basically. You just have to believe in yourself and put that initial mask until you actually morph into the mask, what the mask shows. And you just have to try that mask to be a good one, a beautiful one, not an ugly one, not a really a clown one. Ah, well, that's awesome, Ivy. Again, we feel the same. Hey, Duke. Hi. Yeah, I do, but now I'm already to the breakdown, so I already react to it without stopping it because I'm always doing the breakdown after it, so I already did that. Now we're just breaking it down. Ah, yeah, Teko, hi to you. Yes, we already watched it. I'm just breaking it down. That's what I was saying.
It's so awful, isn't it?
I don't know who that lady is. Looks much, 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 much younger than Joaquin Phoenix. I don't know what's going on there, honestly. Maybe the one person that actually understands him, not sure.
For my whole life,
Yeah, I guess so. She's a fan.
I
He's like charmed. He feels himself when he's on stage performing. That is very, very sweet. So basically, deep down, he's like a child, and when he has his feelings hurt so many, so many, so many, so many, so many times, he just can't deal with it, except to eventually lash out and to become the evil that he did become, unfortunately. But yeah, already explained that. Ivy adds, that is true, surviving is critical for all, obviously, but what happens afterwards convinces whether or not we can recover and ease down. It just depends on the approach, Ivy, really. It just depends on everything that you do in life. Like for instance, sometimes you know, I cannot hold my anger towards some stuff. I mean, I'm holding it like 77%, but it's very, very hard. And if I get too worked up, I try to. I mean, I'm thinking I know exactly what to say, but because I want to say it so bad, I'm starting to stumble upon the words. That is where I'm really, really angry about something that I do think is very, very unjust. And yeah, I should not do that. I should be a lot more composed, but we have certain triggers in life, like again, like this or that particular injustice that you really, really feel is being done to you. You just want to correct it right away. You don't want this to, be the situation that you're in. You want to say to the other person, this is extremely not fair. This is not right. You're actually talking nonsense to me. Like, what the heck? You're trying to make a lie out of, I mean, to make a truth out of obvious lie. Like, what is this? I mean, there's so many situations that you never think about that could happen because you're not that kind of a shitty person. So you don't think that other people could do particular things to you, and they always come out of nowhere. You never thought about them, but they just happen because you're not that kind of a person, so you don't think ridiculous situations that actually could happen to you coming from other people, that they're going to do something extremely shitty to you, because you're not this type of person. You don't have such negative thoughts. You don't want to hurt anyone. You just want to do what you want to do without interfering with other people, without being in their way. But actually, those other people do not think the same way. They actually do want to do something, bad. They do want to make up a problem because they don't have anything else in life, you know. And even if they do, they could not be happy with what they have, so they can just, in their free time, make your life miserable. So there's all kinds of situations that could happen, people that exist. You just can't fathom the variety of everybody, and a lot of times those people are just not good. I also could say that there's a lot of other good people that, as well, they don't have concept for such things, never will cross their mind to be assholes the same way that other people could be. But to every action there's an equal reaction, and to every goodness there's an equal evilness, you can say. So if there's a person that has no clue about what could be done to another person in just so many ways, there's probably another person that already figures all of that evil stuff out, and they planning how to do it, because evil actually never sleeps. You can rest and be yourself and be a good person, and everything could be flowers and rainbows until somebody like that comes along and just squashes the flowers, you know um, puts glasses on your face and tells you that you're going to see everything better through them, but you actually see everything grim and dark. There's so many examples, but the key is to learn from every situation, stay composed, stay calm, because that way you'll be able to think with your mind, not with your heart or emotions, and you'll be able to react in the most adequate way in that situation. So you cannot give the satisfaction of that evil, nasty person that's right, probably standing right, next to you or against you. Um, you would just deprive them of that satisfaction, to see you angry, to see you worked up, to see you that they're doing something that uh, does something to you. So some people actually really feed out of this. Um, and see such moments, I'm like, wow, if there's no consequence, I'm just gonna, you know, just gonna use all my power. And you're gonna fly, through every window, and I'm gonna, clear the floor with you. But yeah, you can't do that, so you have to, of course, again, compose yourself and beat them in other ways. Beat them in the fact that you're not the little fluffy chicken that they probably see when they see you. I mean, what they probably see in you, like little prey that they can play with. You have to prove them all wrong, and that's going to be the real victory eventually. Oh yeah, Ivy? Yes. Yeah, exactly, Ivy. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. At some point, you do have to face them and just clean that out. The other thing is that you really meet so many different people like that. That's the problem. When you learn to deal with one type of people, you meet another type of people. Then you meet another type, and another. Just like surprised, like how many evil variations there are. I mean, yes, some stuff could repeat in terms of how they want to make you feel miserable, their behavior, but there's really thin lines that they're walking on sometimes. They're so good that it's hard to, they're literally like covering their tracks. You can't really accuse them of anything because they're doing it in such a way that, in your soul, you're being wronged. You know how you're being wronged, but if you try to tell that to somebody else, it kind of sounds like maybe that's not exactly the case because they're doing it in such a perfect way. It's such a fine line that they're walking like literally the masters of, they're not really showing who they are. They're constantly trying to do something, but they're doing it, in such an elegant way that you can't really like complain or say anything because they're always going to either ignore what you're saying or they're going to come back with something else that it's gonna sound like it's justifying the situation, but it will totally be a complete bullcrap. But they're going to do it in such a way that actually, if you don't think about it, you could be confused in a moment. So there is a way to deal with that also, but it's just, it's the mastery of evil. If you can't really catch it, if it's not so direct, if it's not so obvious at first glance, it could confuse also other people, so they cannot even believe you to, that this or that happened, unless they actually dealt with the same type of person and they know how super under the skin that way of, trying to mess you up is actually is. So that's the thing. You can't avoid all kinds of people all the time. You have to deal with them. You have to learn how to deal with them. Yeah, yeah, Ivy, because really, when I was a kid, you just do what you feel. So sometimes when somebody is attacking, you can just attack them back. Now you cannot do that because you're an adult, so you have to be like a ninja, but a psychological ninja, not a physical one.
I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do.
He was like, "Oh, I saw what I'm going to do. This is the twisted image that I want to have, so I can protect myself. Protect myself, you know what I mean? That is his mask, towards the world. He basically wears what he sees in the world. He is like a mirror image of what has been done to him, and the clown face and the clown persona is just reflection of that. Hey, Griffin, I haven't seen you for like 500 years. Mm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, too many crappy people.
People are starting to notice.
That's really weird. I don't know what this is about.
Think this is funny?
That is damn right disturbing.
Is this a joke to you?
I don't know what exactly the case is here, but he probably did something. already, but it was with his real persona, and he actually found some joy in it. It was not that huge, so he could get into so much trouble, but it was something that bothered that guy. So, wonder what that was. He maybe dropped like some kind of a gas that made everybody fight themselves.
Murray, one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
So maybe he actually was successful at some point at the end of the movie. Wow. Yeah.
Send in the clown.
They actually say the clowns. But that body language is expression of him basically being fully himself now, transforming whatever ugly creature the world made him out to be, and he just couldn't resist to that world, to the evilness of the world. Yeah. Okay, don't worry, Zeko. Yeah, great trailers. They really are doing awesome job with the trailers, guys. So that is it. Oh, damn it, sleeping. That is it, guys. It's gonna be a movie that's probably going to be for one viewing, but a lot of thought put into it, obviously. Probably going to be a masterpiece. Probably going to be very heavy. But yeah, I have to watch it, so maybe, really, maybe it's going to open something else. I mean, in terms of the DC universe, we'll see, guys. So, this is long enough. I'm sorry that the stream had to break in the middle. I have an idea why this is happening now. So I'll check, and especially if I get the new internet provider, that's gonna be awesome, but we'll see. Tomorrow, like I said, if everything is perfect, I'm just going to have a great night and not gonna stream anything, just to rest. Not that I don't want to do this, I just wanna do this, but I just really need one like chill night, so hope that's gonna be tomorrow as planned. So if you don't see each other, probably Friday, but I'm gonna let you know. Just watch my Facebook page as always. And that's it, guys. Have a great night. Have a great Thursday. Until next time with me, Gary G Reviews. Bye, guys.